Hey, trail travelers, we are heading Argentine Pass today. It is a gorgeous day here at the beginning of October. The leaves are turning. Absolutely gorgeous out here today. And right here at the turnoff, you can hear it. And I showed you a few clips. We got a little waterfall here. So right now we're airing down Optimus and we're going to hit the trail. So stay right there and we'll see what this trail is all about. Hello, trail travelers. Today we are hitting Argentine Pass just outside of Georgetown, Colorado. It is a low moderate trail, in my opinion. It's not hard at all. There's only kind of two little obstacles near the end, but the most of it is just an unimproved road that starts at a lower elevation and you drive through the aspens and pine trees. It is just absolutely gorgeous, especially this time of year with the colors changing for fall, the aspens changing color. Just absolutely gorgeous. You can see up on the hills, there's just splotches of color. It's absolutely beautiful right now. Now, the area is known for its silver mines. And on the adjoining Mount McKellen, there was the first major discovery of silver in the area. And you can see remnants of mines throughout the area, and you're going to pass a couple on the way up to the top. But this rapid development of mines in the area led to Georgetown becoming a center of the silver mining industry in Colorado. Now, eventually, the hillsides got mined out, and there was a lot of difficulty in managing the ore and getting the ore down, and the whole host of problems that come with dealing with high altitude. And this is a high altitude road. There's no question about it. In 1869, a toll road was even created, which cost $1 for a team and wagon to go over the pass. By 1885, you could take a stagecoach from Georgetown to Chihuahua over the pass for $2.50. Today, the pass is only accessible by four-wheel drive vehicle from the Georgetown side. The other side is available on bike or hiking, but you can't go over the pass and down anymore. The peak is at 13,207 feet, making it the highest vehicle accessible pass in the state, as well as being the highest point on the American Discovery Trail. It's high. The only place you can drive higher than this in Colorado is actually a paved road to the top of Mount Evans, which is around 14,000 feet. So, but for an unpaved road, 13,207, pretty darn high. While the trail is usually accessible during the summer months, the peak has recorded a wind speed of 165 miles an hour, at which point the recording equipment was actually blown away. So it's quite possible that the wind was better than 165 miles an hour. The lowest temperature recorded at the peak was minus 59 degrees Fahrenheit. I get cold just thinking about that. And there's been snow drifts that have reached 30 feet and have lasted through August. Now, fortunately today, we're going to hit a low temperature of 34 degrees, even though back in town, it's in the 80s today. So you want a sure way of cooling off in the middle of summer, head to Argentine Pass. You'll definitely drop in temperature quite a bit. As you're going up the trail, you'll come across a big mine site called Waldorf site. There's really not much left there but tailings and some pieces of wood, and there's one storage shed that you can see there that's fairly modern. But after the site, the trail becomes much narrower, rockier, and steeper. And this is where you're going to encounter just a couple little ledges that you're going to have to climb up over. But as long as you have four-wheel drive, you're going to be just fine. Just drop it in 4-low and climb right up. You're not going to have any problems. You don't need lockers or anything as long as it's dry. Now, if you're up there and there's snow conditions, things can get pretty gnarly pretty quick, and there's no trees. There's nothing to winch up on. So if you run across some snow, it's time to turn around because it's only going to get deeper the higher you go, and there's no way to get yourself out of it. It is just nothing to anchor to if you get stuck. So if there's any chance of having snow on the trail, first off, you should definitely go with somebody else. Don't go up there alone. And second, if you come across snow on the trail, it's time to turn around because it's only going to get worse and it will likely become impassable the higher up you go. So don't risk going up through snow on the trail. It's just not worth it. You could end up sliding off. There's so many things that can go wrong. As I said, there's really only two minor obstacles. As long as you have good ground clearance and four-wheel drive, you shouldn't have any issue making it top. And when you do, the view is absolutely incredible. You truly have a 360-degree view of everything. You can see huge distances from up there. One thing I want to talk about on this trail is safety. And in the past 2 or 3 weeks, 3 weeks, we've seen 4 Jeeps roll over on what should be a pretty easy trail. Now, why did that happen? Well, it came down to passing somebody else or letting someone go by. This is where someone recently tipped over, and the Jeep was coming up one direction, side by side was coming down the hill. The Jeep came up here to try and make room for the side by side, and a combination of this steep slope and a little too much speed and tip right onto its side. This is not how you pass somebody or let someone come by. You find a spot that's wide enough for both vehicles. This is not how you do it. So this will end up with you having a very bad day very quickly. So I wanted to point out this. When you see this rocky slope like this, don't try and climb up on it. It can certainly lead to a rollover. And if you get going too quick, yeah, you can end up way down there. So let's not do that. Now, the rule here in Colorado is the person going uphill has the right of way unless it's safer for the person going downhill to pull, or for the person going uphill to pull over. So generally, the person going uphill is going to have the right of way. The person coming down a hill has to back up or find a spot to pull off. But if it's safer for the person going uphill to move over because they're at a turnout, or they can back up a little bit to a turnout, then that's what you should do. Use common courtesy and etiquette, but be safe about it. In this case, well, unfortunately, you'd be backing up a long way to find a spot that's wide enough for 2 vehicles. This is a very narrow stretch of this road. Going the other way, pretty much the same thing. It's kind of a toss-up. And since it's probably shorter to actually go back, if I was coming down and someone else was coming back, I'd be backing up almost a quarter mile on a shelf road. So not the funnest thing to do, but I certainly would not be coming up on this slope and putting myself, my vehicle, and my passengers in danger. That's not the way to do it. So make sure you have room, make sure it's wide enough for 2 people, or somebody has to back up. Don't go up on these slopes. Now, from where you park, you can walk up a little bit and actually get to the peak, which is may take you a few minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes, 10 minutes if you're out of shape, but it's a fairly short, several hundred foot hike to the top most point there on the peak, and you can see in every direction. Absolutely incredible. So if you're looking for a fun trail that's not hard at all, but it will reward you with incredible views, I highly recommend going up to Argentine Pass. For me, it's one of those where I just don't always want to go hit hard trail. Sometimes I just want to go for the views that we have here in Colorado. And there's a lot of areas around there that you can explore. You can go to McClellan Pass. You can go on some of the roads further down to some other mine sites. There's more than just driving up to Argentine Pass and back. You can really make a good full day of it. Just going up and back isn't going to take you very long. We did it in a few hours, but it's really nice. And we got so fortunate at the peak that there was really no wind at all. We stopped, we fixed some sandwiches, had our lunch there, and then headed back down. One problem that you want to avoid is you want to get there as early in the morning as possible, get up on the peak, and try and get back down before traffic hits, because we were the first ones up and meant the first ones coming back down, and we were out of there before anyone else made the last ascent past Waldorf site. From that point on, we counted 30 vehicles all heading up there. That was going to most certainly be, I'll just say I'm sure it was going to be a big challenge for a lot of those people trying to figure out how to back up to a safe spot. So it can be really difficult with multiple vehicles on the trail. So this is Argentine Pass. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Kerry with Trail Traveler. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel and gets it more seen by other people on YouTube. I really appreciate all the comments, the feedback, the support, and suggestions of places to go. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.